My name is Emily. I am 34 years old, married to David, who is 55. Despite our age difference, we've been together for 16 years. We have 2 daughters. Our first, Sarah, is 15 years old, and our second, Lily, is just 1 year old. We live a simple life. David works to provide for the family, while I stay home to care for the house and our children. On the surface, our lives seemed peaceful, but everything changed, leaving me heartbroken and lost. It all started one day when I discovered something that would change my life forever. David, my husband, the man I trusted with my heart, had a girlfriend. The realization hit me like a storm, leaving me stunned and devastated. I couldn't believe it. How could the man I had spent so many years with betray me in this way? We had built a life together, shared dreams, and raised our children. I thought I knew him, but now I questioned everything. I confronted him, trembling as I asked, "David, is it true? Do you have a girlfriend?" His response shattered me further. Instead of denying or admitting it, he grew angry and dismissive. "You're making a problem out of nothing," he said coldly. His words didn't ease my doubts. They fueled them. I could see it in his eyes and hear it in his voice. He was hiding something, and I couldn't ignore the gnawing feeling in my chest. Determined to uncover the truth, I waited until one night when he was asleep to check his phone. My hand shook as I picked it up, desperate for answers. Suddenly, David woke up and caught me. His reaction was explosive. "Why are you looking at my phone? You have no right!" he yelled, his anger filling the room. I was terrified, but I couldn't stop now. I needed to know what was happening. Later, I checked his phone bill and found a strange number he called almost every day. My heart sank as I dialed it, hoping I was wrong. A woman's voice answered. She was his girlfriend. She sounded calm, almost indifferent as she spoke. "Yes, I know David," she said, "but it's not my problem if your husband gets caught." Her words were like a knife to my heart. She was the same age as me, married, and even had a daughter of her own. I couldn't understand how she could knowingly destroy someone else's family so casually. I felt numb as I hung up the phone. My worst fears had been confirmed. When I confronted David with this undeniable truth, I hoped he would show remorse. Instead, he was angrier than before. "I'll end it when I want to," he said with a cold detachment. "You can't tell me what to do." His words crushed me. This wasn't the first time he had betrayed me. 15 years ago, shortly after Sarah was born, he had an affair. Back then, I forgave him, hoping it was a one-time mistake. I wanted to believe he would change for the sake of our family. Now, history was repeating itself, and I felt foolish for trusting him. I'm currently on leave from work to care for Lily. I can't return to my job just yet because she's still so young. We also have a loan for our apartment, which is in my name, though David and I share the payments. Soon, some of the financial support we receive for the children will stop. We need David's income to keep things afloat, and he knows this. It gives him a sense of control, making him feel untouchable. He even told me once, "I can have another girlfriend if I want. You can't stop me." His blatant disregard for my feelings was unbearable. Sarah, our older daughter, has been deeply affected by this. She tried to talk to him, pleading with tears in her eyes. "Dad, this is wrong. Please stop." But instead of listening, he lashed out at her. "You don't know what you're talking about," he snapped, using harsh words that left her feeling hurt and confused. Sarah has always looked up to her father, but now she feels ashamed. She avoids her friends because she doesn't know how to explain what's happening at home. Her once bright smile has faded, replaced by sadness and frustration. David's actions are tearing our family apart. One night, he didn't come home. He claimed he was working late, but I didn't believe him. He didn't call or send any messages, leaving me awake all night, consumed by worry. When he finally returned in the morning, he was angry. "Stop asking me questions," he said. "I'm tired of this." His words stung. He didn't even try to reassure me. Another time, he told me he wanted to go on a trip. My heart sank as I asked, "Can we go together?" But his answer was a flat no. He wanted to go alone. I felt a deep ache inside, wondering why he no longer wanted to spend time with us as a family. On top of everything, I noticed money disappearing from our account. When I asked him about it, he brushed me off, saying, "Don't worry about it. I'll handle it." But I was worried. I checked our finances and found that he had been spending money on gifts and fancy restaurants. It was clear these weren't for us, they were for her. Meanwhile, our family was left with less and less. The stress has taken a toll on me physically and emotionally. I can't sleep or eat, and I'm constantly exhausted. I went to the doctor, who told me I needed to rest. But how can I rest when my life feels like it's falling apart? I feel trapped, suffocated by problems with no way out. Lily, our baby, is too young to understand what's happening, but I worry about her future. I want her to grow up in a happy, loving family, but right now, our family feels broken. Sarah tries to help, but she's just a child herself, struggling to process the pain and betrayal. She's become quieter, more withdrawn, and I can see how much this is hurting her. It breaks my heart to see my daughter carry the weight of her father's actions. I confided in my best friend, hoping for advice. She told me, "Maybe you should leave him." Her words made sense, but the reality is much more complicated. I can't leave David right now. We depend on his income, and I have no job at the moment. Raising 2 children on my own feels impossible. My family encourages me to stay strong, saying, "Maybe David will change," but I'm losing hope. I'm scared that he'll never change, that he'll always choose his girlfriend over us. Despite everything, I still love him. I hate that I do, but I can't deny it. I want him to come back to us, to remember the family we built together and to leave this woman. But deep down, I don't know if that will ever happen. Every day feels like a battle between hope and despair. I'm trapped in a cycle of pain, longing for a way out, but unsure how to move forward. I look at Sarah and Lily and feel an overwhelming sense of responsibility. They deserve better, a loving father, a stable home, and a mother who can give them her full attention. But how can I provide that when I feel so broken inside? My heart aches for the family we used to be, for the dreams we once shared. I wonder if David even remembers those dreams, or if he's completely lost himself in this other life he's created. Some days I fantasize about walking away, starting fresh with just my daughters. But then reality sets in. The financial struggles, the fear of being alone, and the uncertainty of the future. I feel stuck, trapped between my love for David and the pain he's caused me. I want to believe in redemption, in the possibility that he'll realize what he's losing and fight to rebuild what we've lost. But each day that passes makes it harder to hold on to that hope. I feel like I'm drowning in darkness, searching for a glimmer of light to guide me out. For now, I'm surviving one day at a time, clinging to the love I have for my children and the faint hope that things might get better. But deep down, I know that something has to change, because I can't keep living like this.